Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Creative Tavern. My name is Christopher Lee. I'm a concept artist in the entertainment industry. I've been in with companies such as Walt Disney Imagineering as well as Universal Creative, and I'm today with my friend and buddy Michael Welker. Hello, Michael.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael O. Wilker. I am a software developer, writer, and creative producer from the entertainment industry, theme parks specifically, where I met Chris and got to work with him on a bunch of different projects. But recently we found ourselves in between big theme park projects and decided to do one together, just the two of us, a creative project of our own making. Took us a while to figure out what that was going to be, but about 6 months ago, we decided to learn how to make a video game, something neither of us had ever done before, but we were both interested in doing. And lo and behold, this is the final episode of the making of that game. We actually
Yeah,
did it. We've gotten all the way to the finish line.
yeah.
Um, so here's design meeting number 50 of making the game. And boy, howdy, it was quite a journey. And
It
I'm glad that
really
we
was.
got it. Yeah, I'm glad we got it all recorded here on the Creative Tavern uh, because part of the reason that we made this channel was specifically to document this for folks like you. And to tell you more about that, I'm going to hand it back to Chris.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Michael. And the Creative Tavern was created for people like myself and Michael, and for anyone and everyone who's creative, who wants to share their artwork, who wants to share their writing, who wants to share anything at all. It's kind of like a platform for a community of designers, and I think it's so important is because as a designer, everyone goes through their own journey, and sometimes it's very hard. We hit like a wall, and we don't know what to do in order to get over that wall or get through that wall. And then, whenever I do something, I always ask Michael, hey, can you take a look at this for me? Because I've been looking at it for so long. I need a fresh pair of eyes, right? And then Michael with his, yeah, like I'm an artist, but Michael, he's a storyteller, writer, and he's also very talented artistically in a very different way than I am. So he's able to perceive things much differently and gives me another POV, right? And then so that's like that. I think that's the whole team building aspect of it is really really good. To have more than one pair of eyes on something is so good. And so that's why we invite you to join our family, join this tavern, so you could share and we can share with you and just let you guys know how the whole design journey is all what it's all about. And it's definitely been really rewarding, and we met some amazing folks here on the stream and here on Twitch. And yeah, it's just really awesome to be able to share the the design journey of the rail shooter game that we were working on. Mainly because, like how Michael said, we never done this before, and we actually have some people in the chat like Captain Blue Blue and Jensen Heavy, who's able to give us some really really good input, like, oh, you should do this instead, or try this instead, or maybe you do that, it'd be a lot cooler. And then we're like, oh yeah, that's really good, yeah, yeah. And yeah, so it's been a trip, man, like being able to create something from absolutely nothing, from like scratch. Like we designed all the robots in on paper or digital paper, sort of. It's all done in Photoshop. We do the comp, little thumbnails, and you guys could watch all the way back to like the first episode, and that's exactly what we did. And 6 months later, we actually have a full working game. It's a prototype, but we are very very proud of it. Oh, Michael, am I missing anything at all? I went a little bit too long, but yeah.
No, no, no. That's great, man. This is a special episode. We can we
Yeah,
can we can go a little bit long in the
yeah.
intro here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, but yes, if you have anything you guys want to share with us at all, like if you're designing a toy or something, designing a storyboarding or anything at all, if you want to share, bounce ideas off of me and Michael, we are here to give you guys any advice that we can give. I mean, I say I'm a professional, but I do feel like a charlatan sometimes. I've done work in the industry, but at the same time, I feel like I'm still like a freaking student. Like, uh, I don't know. I think that's the right thing to do, but is that the right thing to do? I don't know. So, like, I have a really like a student like mind where it's like I'm I know stuff, but it just I don't know. It's kind of like that. What's that mentality?
Imposter syndrome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I definitely have that. But with that said, I am here to help you guys and just let you guys know I'm not perfect. Michael's not perfect. You know, it's we get stuff wrong sometimes, but we are here to help regardless. I don't know. Michael might be perfect. I'm not perfect. So
I'm definitely perfect.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No complaints, no flaws. I wouldn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
kidding.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I, I struggle with imposter syndrome too.
mm-hmm.
I mean, like in my intro, I refer to myself as a software developer, a writer, and a creative producer. I often don't feel like I'm any of those three things, but if- I made, I did the programming for a video game. I've written
Mm-hmm.
a book, and I've been a producer on some of the biggest theme park projects in the world.
Yeah,
So even because I'm like right there with you, like I also feel like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
yeah,
Can is it okay for me to call myself this? But like, yeah, everybody's just at a different, stage in that journey. And if you're not learning and developing and growing, um, you're doing something wrong.
right.
And if you are, you're doing something right. And that also means that you you have to always be in that state of mind of like not always knowing everything. Because if you did, then you'd be done.
Right, right. And I think it's okay not to know everything. Like just like you said, it's okay to not know everything, but at the same time to be not afraid to start something. Because when Michael,
Mm.
when you and I started this, I mean, I don't know if anything about designing. You know, I never carried a video game from start to finish. I mean, I worked at a video game company where I just did the concept art. But the concept art is like the first the first line of for not first line of defense. It's the first production stage, right? And then after you do the concept, you give it to the 3D modeler. He models it, and after he models it and textures it, he gives it to the rigger. The rigger rigs it, and then gives it to the special effects and and level design, and then it goes in the game engine. And there's like a whole pipeline of people doing it. And then so I've had to, learn how to do each and every one of these tasks, right? Departments. And it was not easy. It was very, very frustrating. I wanted to like punch my computer screen sometimes because you're working on something for like hours on end and then you're so invested in it and you kind of forget to save and then all of a sudden when you want to save it all of a sudden it crashes. It's just like what the oh my god, and I mean that's like human slash computer error, but it's just the whole journey that we go on that is very it's not all flowers and happiness. It's a lot of friction and frustration and you know um growth. I will say, yeah. Um, but yeah, it is awesome to again, like I said, to start from nothing to everything, and I definitely grew along the way. Using I mean I used Photoshop forever, but Blender was definitely the program that I used to create all the digital 3D assets, and I definitely got a lot of practice out of it. Not only modeling but also texturing, not much rigging because everything was just as is, but definitely texturing and then putting that in importing or exporting it into Unity, making sure that it looks good. So by all means, like if there's like a professional 3D game designer out there who's looking at our stuff and be going like, oh my god, that's like that's child's play. You guys are not doing pro level stuff, but to me it's like I've never done it, and I think it's definitely an accomplishment that I can say for myself that I actually started doing something that I didn't know and then carried it through till today. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and thank God for all of the contributions that you've made along the way and all the things that you learned that I didn't have to deal with because, like, all the UV mapping stuff, I remember that whole adventure that you went on and got everything to look as good as it does in the game, and to like for us to be able to have this thing that it's like that's we made that like
Mm,
when you're flying through scene 4, everything you see there is me and Chris.
mm, mm,
That's
mm.
all of Chris's assets. That's all of my programming. I guess with the exception of that, there's maybe about like 5% of the code is not mine. It's a couple of things that I learned from the tutorials along the way, and at least one piece of code for the outlines of the characters that I imported from the Unity store. But other than those, couple of things, like that's kind of amazing. Um, so yeah, I'm really proud of it too. And
Yeah, yeah.
uh, boy, yeah, it was both difficult and a lot of work, which are two
Right,
different things, because you could do something
right.
that's like not a lot of work but really difficult, or you can do something that's really easy but a lot of work.
Hmm.
This is both difficult and a lot of work.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And
so
it's funny you mentioned scene 4 because scene 4 is actually my favorite scene in the game that we designed. Again, like I said to you before the stream is that I have a bias because I love flying through corridors and really tight spaces, and it's just a lot more dynamic than flying in outer space.
yeah, I think scene 5 is my favorite, both in terms
Mm,
of
mm.
like what you did visually and then also what I was able to accomplish from a like programming and game design perspective. I think it's the most gameplay interesting level because you have to make so many decisions about shooting, like, do I shoot the enemies or do I shoot the regulators? Yeah, can I, because I'm going to pass by the regulator and then that's my opportunity to shoot it is gone.
Right.
But I'm also taking damage from these enemies. Will my shield last long enough? Like creating those interesting choices for the player. And I feel like it's the scene that has the most balance in terms of the way it progresses, where a lot of the other scenes, I think it's really easy for the player to get overwhelmed. If you don't kill
Right.
all the things, then,
Right.
and I tried to go back through and button some of that up. Like I significantly reduced the number of enemies in scene 3 because I think it was just way too much.
Mm.
Um, but yeah. Anywho, so tonight's kind of a weird show because
Mm.
it's like we're done. We don't really have much of an update. I think the two things that we can probably show tonight would be Chris's revised version of Scene 5 with
Hmm.
all of the lighting. Um, I've got that imported into the game, so we can do a fly through, and I can kind of show
Nice.
you guys that. And
Perfect.
then we've also curated a selection of music that we are going to use for the different scenes, so we can maybe sample some of that stuff, maybe have this
Yeah.
different scenes kind of playing in the background, like I can play those and Chris can play the music. Um, but other than that, the only other thing would be just some housekeeping logistics about when the game's going to be available, how you guys can get a hold of it. Um, so yeah, should we start
Yeah.
with scene 5 then, I guess?
Sure. Sure. Sounds good. And while you
Okay.
prep that, I actually need to. Well, we'll do that. I'll pull up the music once we're there.
Okay, sure. And also on the screen right here, this is just a message to anybody who's going to play the game when it comes out, just to kind of, if you've been following the channel, you're already going to know all of this, so it's not going to be news to you. But in case this ends up in the hands of somebody who did not follow the development of the game and they are like, hey, what the heck's this thing? We wanted to give some context to those people so that way they understood what it was that they were getting into. Like, oh, okay, great. This was made by two guys who'd never made a video game before. It's a prototype. Got it. To kind of like set expectations.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's jump into scene 5. Oh, by the way, I believe that I've fixed the the score screen before, like the accuracy was not correct. The
Mm.
drones were. Max Streak still doesn't work, but I also think that I've fixed. So I think I've got drones working, accuracy working, and the bonus working. And the bonus is determined based on like on a per level basis. Like in scene 2 when you're saving the shuttles, you get like an extra 1,000 points for each shuttle that you save. So if you rescue all
Nice.
6 of them, then you get an extra 6,000 points. Um, I think that code's working. I haven't tested it yet, but I've
Hmm.
definitely written it and it had no compile errors, so hopefully it's working.
Nice.
Um, but okay, so I think scene 5, yep, should be ready to go. And actually, while I'm playing this, I guess we could also play the music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So give me 1 second, Michael.
Sure, take your time,
Let me do
and
this.
I'll let you know which track I was thinking for this.
Okay. Sets,
Oh,
music,
music.
samples. Okay, I am ready. Please let me know which music you want me to pull up.
Sure. Okay. Let's start with so we're gonna do one of two different tracks for this scene. I'm not sure which one. And I guess maybe we can right now live we could try both and we can see what they look like. And both of these tracks have an like a soft intro that one of them I think is like about 20 or 30 seconds in, it gets really intense. The other one is about a minute in, it gets really intense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to adjust the game so that way that part that gets intense happens right when the door opens and you see the boss for the first time.
Yeah,
Um,
cool.
so I guess, mm, yeah, well, we're not going to have that timing here, obviously. One, because I don't know how I haven't timed how long it takes to get to that door, and also there's a delay between my uh, what I'm doing
PS4,
on my
yeah.
end, streaming through the internet, getting to Chris, and then all that getting onto Twitch. So we're not going to try to synchronize that stuff. But
Right.
let's do the one that's called Cyberpunk Odyssey Loopable.
Cyberpunk
Should
Odyssey
be
loopable.
three
All right,
minutes and 15
I
seconds long.
see it. Yep, I see it. And give me 1 second. Let me play it and make sure that I could
Oh
actually
yeah, sure,
hear it on the system. So give me 1 second, guys.
no problem.
Uh, sorry.
I'm also going to cheat and turn on invulnerability, which is a built-in cheat code that I've included in the game. You can even see on the screen right here in the bottom left, we've got this little tip that says press the I key during the mission. You will become invulnerable. That was included as a way to allow actually, I think I've got it set to by default here. Oh, is that why that one was doing that? That was included as a way to, as sort of like an easy way to create like a story mode. So if people wanted to play through the game and see all the levels that we made, but maybe the game was too hard or they,
Mm-hmm.
were having trouble with the controls or aiming, or whatever, or because have, I didn't, I've, I've programmed it based on my skill level, and because I've been playing the damn thing for the last 6 months, I'm probably pretty good at it compared to somebody off
Mm-hmm.
the street. So
Or me.
I'm some even somebody who's good at video games may play this and be like, this is too hard. Um,
Uh.
so as a result, I wanted to include a way to reduce the frustration for people who wanted to play through the game but kept dying. You can just make yourself invulnerable and then you can play through each of the missions, no problem.
Nice. Nice. All right. I have the music queued up. I can play
Excellent.
it whenever you want. Or would you like me to skip ahead, or if you know like how many seconds you want me to go ahead, I could do that as well.
For this one, let's try to start it at the same time because I think it'll be pretty close. Like that beat drop will be pretty
Sure.
close to what's in
Sure.
the game.
All
We'll,
right.
we'll see.
So go ahead and
Um,
count down, and I will play it.
all right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, crap. I forgot. We've got the
It's okay.
progress screen.
It's okay. It's okay. Hold on. All right. I will press the play button once the screen is done.
I'll give you a countdown again because once
Okay.
all of this stuff is filled in, now I can press the button
Oh,
to
I see. Got
start
it.
the mission.
All right. All right.
All right, so here we go. Again, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that's perfect. Can you move your mouse away from the middle of the screen?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing. Well, you're listening to music. I'll talk later.
Yeah, yeah. This is cool. No, you could talk. You could say stuff. Wow, that is cool. Man, having music really helps.
Oh, yeah, I bet. I mean, I'm playing in silence, so I can imagine you guys are having a great time. Oh yeah, I fixed the IDs for the drones, so now they
Uh-huh.
correctly say which ones that they are. The S drones
Very
and the
cool.
T drones. See, this guy's got S drone
Yeah,
S300.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, this is so much better with music, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, but we don't hear
The sound effects.
the sound effects, yeah, but it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You'll have to wait until Friday to get the full experience.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need to turn on vulnerability.
Oh, did you turn it on? Did you just
I
push
did,
push?
yes.
Oh, okay, nice.
You can see up here in the top right, that lets you
Oh,
know
there
when
you
you
go.
got a vulnerability on.
Nice.
Yeah, because otherwise you've got to really make sure that you're taking out all of the enemies here.
Yeah.
Because if you leave any alive, they will get you.
Nice. Oh, King Cass is here. Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey,
He
welcome.
he has a question. How long on average would you say each of the stages are? Measuring in time, that is.
Great question. Our target goal was about 5 minutes per stage, so that way the whole game would have been like about 25 minutes long, about a half an hour, something like that. But we wanted each stage to be like at least 3 to 4 minutes for the prototype. And we mostly got that. I think most of the stages are about at the 4 minute mark. The longest one is this one. This one's about 7 minutes long.
Nice. The armor is too strong. Nothing's getting through. She's tapped into Central's core energy supply. If we destroy the regulators, it will cause a massive energy spike. It's our only chance. Do it. Let's take out those regulators.
I love that she turns into the Emperor for just a second.
Yep, do it. Good. Good. King Cass says, thank you.
Sure.
No,
Thanks for
no
being
problem.
here, King.
Yeah.
This is a momentous stream for us
really
to be
is.
joining, because this is the final design update for this game. We are basically done.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of things to add, like including the music that you're listening to. We've kind of like just selected this music in the past day. I need to add that programmatically to the game, but otherwise the game's done, or well, the prototype is done.
Right.
And so we're finished with this project, and we will make it available to all of you guys this Friday.
Yeah. Totoro and King, can you guys hear the music okay? Hopefully it's not too loud or too low. Please let me know how it is. Thank you. It's
Oh, no,
perfect.
I didn't.
Sweet. Yay. Thank you, King. Yeah.
Yeah, so like right here, this would be a really good example of like the player needing to take out these drones while that target is on the screen for the regulator.
Right.
Because once you're past it, it's basically gone.
Yep.
And there is a way to do it. I have played through this a couple times without invincibility and did it. But it's pretty hard, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. But hey, you know, game balance is tough. I definitely did
Yeah.
my best to like get things as balanced as possible for the limited time frame that we have. But really, this is something that either would take like a dedicated team member to have been working on the whole time, or another couple weeks, couple months
Yeah.
to figure out exactly how to make this the sort of like gameplay loop feel balanced and fair and fun. I did my best.
Yeah,
and
no,
I think
it's great, man.
I think there's definitely you know, this level is the pinnacle of that effort for me, and I think hopefully people get this far and are able to enjoy it.
No, and the amount of time that you worked on this, I mean, it's very. We didn't have a lot of time to work on the balance of the game. You're able to, cobble is not the right word, but you're able to, put together, you know, a prototype of the gameplay, and for what it is, it seems pretty balanced.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I
Yeah, not
did
bad
my
at all.
best. Oh yeah. One other thing we could talk about too is the post-processing.
Oh yeah, it's
So
not even in here.
we can't do post-processing.
Oh,
Uh,
how
it
come?
makes the game unplayable.
Oh no.
Yeah. Um, basically, I think post-processing was fine early on when we were like testing it in scenes that didn't have anything going on. That was like, this is a blank scene with like 4 drones in it and nothing else. Um, that was okay, but uh, man, when I turned it on, and in fact, I can show you. I'll show you scene 4 when we get to it.
Okay.
Um, I'll turn that stuff on, but you'll see that, and I'll turn the stats on too, so you can see the frame rate. In fact, I'll show you right here. Well, it's not really going to be useful.
Does it
We'll
just
talk about that
kill the
more
frame rate?
in a second. Yep, completely. If the game's unplayable,
Wow.
you can't play it.
Wow. Eesh.
74,000. Not too bad.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you scene 4 now, and we'll do scene 4 with post-processing on, because this is the one that I like turned it on and was like, oh crap, we are not going to be able to do this.
Oh,
In
geez.
fact, wait a minute, oh man, did I delete it already? Hmm, I didn't think that I did. I guess I got rid of all that already. Well, it won't take me that long to add it. So if we add a post-processing layer here
Mm.
and add a post-processing object, create empty, we'll call it PP, and add the volume, and the profile is this one, and this is global, and I think that's it. Right, so I'm going to disable that for now. Got the object. It's got the volume. Okay, I think that's everything. So hitting play right now. So this is just the scene raw without any post-processing. So here it is, and I'm going to turn on the stats up here. So up here, oh, and let me make myself invulnerable. So you can see the stats here. Even this is like, ooh, that's not quite enough.
Yeah.
We would want to be at 30 to 60 frames per second consistently.
Right.
But right now there's so many, I'm getting shot, so there's like so many particles that are causing a big problem. If I actually take out some of these drones and don't let them shoot me, or like in this moment up here where it's kind of like quiet, you can see now we're
Oh
hitting a
yeah, it
pretty
went up.
consistent
Yep.
30 frames per second. Um, at like 20 to 30, yeah, like mid 20s to 30, the game's playable. I still feel like I'm in control. I can hit things. Ooh, that looks a little janky. I wonder if the post-processing volume that I added is trying to do something, because it does feel a little bit slower than it normally is. Yeah, it definitely is. Weird. Okay, but that's without post-processing.
Oh god.
Uh, with post-processing, and this is like everything. It's got bloom, ambient occlusion, depth of field, all of the goodies. And this is just the default stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh boy.
yeah, it is
Wow.
not good.
1.2. 1 point.
So we're still at 30 on the menu screen, but if we actually get oh, actually, it's not showing anything. That's not working. What did I forget? I must have forgotten something. Oh, right. It needs to be set to the post-processing layer. Now I think it'll work. This is one of the things about post-processing that's such a pain is like there's like 4 or 5 different places you have to turn it on in order to get it on,
Mm. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and it's still not on.
Still not working. Oh, weird.
I must have forgotten something. So that's
Oh,
that.
while you figure that out, I'm gonna
Mhm.
answer King Cass's question. He asked, so I haven't seen the other missions, but do we have a specific antagonist? Is it a person or a machine or slash program? The simple answer is a group of machines trying to take over a oil or not oil, energy refinery, and we as the protagonist are there to save the colonists, the refinery, from the evil robots that are trying to steal the all the resources. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got it right.
So I think I've got post-processing working now because you can see the frame rate is half of what it
14.
is
Right.
normally because that
Woof.
stuff's being rendered behind the scenes.
Mhm. Mhm.
But here we go.
Oh god. Oh wow, that's so bright.
Yeah, I
Whoa, that's wow.
have not been able to make any adjustments. And actually, even though my like aim is decent, there's so much stuff happening on the screen. It's not actually calculating all of the collision detection with the
Oh wow.
robots.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I actually can't kill those things. The frame rate's really bad. I can't. Uh, yeah, it's just like there's so few frames. Oh, I forgot to make myself invulnerable. Um, it's unplayable in this state, which
What
is unfortunate.
what if you turn off some of the
Mm,
like ambient occlusion and just
yep.
kept bloom or something? Like
I
turn
tried
off.
that. I turned like
Oh.
so if we turn off everything except
Uh-huh.
Bloom
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and play it, it's
It's still the same.
still unplayable.
Oh
It's
god, that sucks.
better. It's a lot better, but it's still there's enough of a drop in frames that it's like it's I mean I
Well,
could kind of play
well,
this.
to be honest, like when I played it, I couldn't kill these guys in the beginning. Remember? It was like in the beginning as well as at the end. But in the
Yeah,
middle, I
and
was able to.
uh I think that part of that could have been because you had you also mentioned that Unity was like, I don't know why it's not reloading here. It's supposed to be reloading. You also mentioned that like you know you were having some trouble with Unity, and I wonder if it's when the frame rate drops low enough, the collision detection on the enemies doesn't work because
Oh.
it's not updating and like it doesn't have enough frames to update in order to
Mm.
detect collisions. So
Mhm.
when
Mhm.
you're shooting, it's there's just not enough frames for it to figure out like when one of your shots actually did connect with an enemy, and so there's a lot of things that are think getting missed.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting.
so that's my guess. Because when I play this without any post processing, I can kill every single one of these enemies no problem.
Nice.
But with post processing, even though I'm like that guy right there, like wow, that took a lot. Even though I was completely locked onto him.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I don't think we can do post processing. It
Yeah.
breaks
No,
the
that's
game.
fine. That's fine. Do you want to go through the whole level and I'll play the music?
Sure. Yeah, give me one
Uh,
second. Let me get rid of all of this stuff
yeah.
and
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
off.
Totoro
Uh,
says, on being really tough to beat without invincibility, if the games of your teach me anything, it is that difficulty is original eye candy back before graphic production value and cinematics.
hmm. Yeah, old school games were really hard. Like,
Mm.
if I don't know if you've gone back to play any of the games that you played as a kid on like original Nintendo. Um,
Double
man,
Dragon. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
old school
hard.
games
Yeah.
were punishingly difficult.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so mission 4. For the music, this one I just went with your selection, Chris, which I think was Neon God, Them Droids.
Ah, got it. Okay, have it and queued up. Oh, wait, 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 wait. All right,
Sure,
sorry.
take your time.
All right. Okay,
I
now
think I
now
got
I'm
all
ready.
that stuff off. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Do,
This
do,
is
do,
it.
do, do,
We're
do.
close. We're close now. They're all swarming into the interior. Looks like they're headed for the central core. Punch your way through into the core. Neutralize all hostiles on your way. There's got to be a reason they're concentrating here. Find out why and put a stop to them. Get to the core.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, invulnerable. Yeah, this is so much easier to play.
Oh yeah.
Oh, missed that guy. These ones up at the top, though, have always been pretty hard. Oh, and for anybody watching, the bonus for this level is if you get through the entire level without crashing into any of the doors.
Ah.
So I think I allot you 5 door crashes, and each one that you crash into, you lose bonus points. But if you get all the way to the end with no collisions into doors, you get the maximum bonus.
Nice. Man, I
We'll
love
see
the
how I do.
barrel roll.
Yeah, we didn't get enough barrel rolls in the game, but we've at least got 1 or 2.
Yeah. Stupid cinema machine with their limitations on rolls.
Yeah, that thing does not like going upside down.
Yeah.
How's the music?
It's good.
Awesome.
Yeah, amazing job on the finding of this music, dude.
Sure. Thanks, man.
Oh, can you move your mouse really quick?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. thank
Sorry.
you. That's okay. Nice job.
Don't open. Oh, that one's already open.
Oh. Well, that's funny because you could actually see the outline. You know not to open it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to I was unable to figure out how to code it to not show the outline there
right.
until
right.
you open the door because I wanted it to
Yeah.
be a surprise,
Right.
but ran out of time to
Yeah,
debug
that's
that
fine.
one.
Yeah, it's fine. But possible to do that, right? I mean, if you had all the time
Oh
in
yeah,
the world.
of course.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, maybe that's like maybe it's like a consistent thing. You can only have it on, and it doesn't matter if it's actually in front or in the back. It's always on.
Yeah, that particular code. I mean, I'm super thankful that somebody wrote that, and all I had to do was bring it in, and we get these beautiful outlines on the drones. But it's kind of weird. It's like it's very particular about the way it gets used, and yeah, once it's on, it's like it's on. I couldn't figure out a way to get it to not be on.
Sure.
The trick here is to kill all of these things as soon as they come on screen. Don't let
Right.
them stick around, because if they do, you will get overwhelmed real quick.
Right. Yeah, I was very much overwhelmed by them.
Yeah. Where it's kind of hard.
I'm surprised. It's running very smoothly, like with all the assets and everything
Oh yeah.
in the game. It's with all the lights and everything.
Yeah, all of the assets and the lighting weren't really a problem. The thing that really killed everything was the post-processing,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because the post-processing looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh no.
Crashed twice already. Which I think means my bonus should be 3,000 at the end. We'll see if I got that right.
Punch through.
Gosh, look at that. Whew,
Nice.
Made it.
That is awesome, man. Good job, dude.
Thank you. Oh man, look at my accuracy. That's terrible. Hey, the bonus works correctly.
Oh, perfect.
There we go. All right. I can just actually no. The next mission is scene 5. So I guess if we want to check the other ones out, the other music, I'll switch to a different scene. Let's go to scene 1.
Oh, scene
All right.
one?
So for
Okay.
scene
Okay.
1, the musical selection is it's called Action Laser Cycles.
Okay, got it. I have it
Mm.
opened up and
And we may need to
stopping.
loop that one because I think that one's only like a minute and a half, and this scene is like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get us to the progress screen, and then I'll count down for you once we've got this thing ready. Oh,
Nice.
and you can also see, I didn't mention it, we've already seen the progress screen a couple times, but I added in the screen caps for the missions that you gave me, Chris.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, they look great.
Nice.
I love them.
Not bad. Not bad. Very cool.
Alrighty, so ready to start in
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Oh yeah, invulnerable.
Watch out for the asteroids. Shoot to clear a path.
Ooh.
Ah.
That did a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
It's cool to see the health go down because on my end when I opened it, the health bar wasn't working, but on yours it actually shows, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, you take a lot of damage with these asteroids, and here I'll crash into that one.
Oh,
first so you
God.
can see.
Oh jeez, man.
Yeah. They're pretty deadly.
Yeah.
But they should be, because I feel like, you're actually physically colliding with a, giant rock in space. They should
Right.
do a lot of damage.
Do you mind moving the mouse?
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. Thank you. We got movement in the field just up ahead. Whoa, what the hell is that? Evasive maneuvers. Maneuvers, not manure. Maneuvers.
Maneuvers.
Look out, there's a whole swarm of those things.
Oh yeah, I also tried to balance this scene and make it a little less difficult. I removed some of the enemies so they weren't so overwhelming.
Nice. There's too many of these things. We need backup. I can't reach command. Take out any jammers you find.
And unfortunately, the programming on these is not the greatest. I'm gonna try to get them to like blow up when you shoot them, but the code that I wrote to do that didn't work when I attached it. So I may not have time to debug that. But
Yeah, no worries. Check your 6.
Can I get these before I turn around? Yeah.
Nice, good job.
Just
More
barely.
inbound. Get out of there. Man, the asteroids look really good.
Yeah. Yeah, you did a great job
Yeah,
prettying those things up.
Sorry, I meant to say they look good in the environment holistically, not like, oh, good job,
Oh,
my son. Sorry, I didn't
like,
mean that.
man,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
really good at this.
I'm really good at this.
Well, thank you for saying that, because yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I fixed like just moments before
yeah.
or earlier today before we came on the stream, when I ran into that problem of like, oh no, it changed everything that I'd carefully laid out 3 times already.
God, that sucks. Sorry about that, man. I'm pretty sure I did something to fuck it up.
I don't think you did. I think there's just something weird in Unity. Oh man, is that guy? I thought I created a
I think he's gonna die soon.
kill box.
He'll die soon.
I hope so. If not, I need to go back and adjust that. That's a pretty easy adjustment. Yeah, he's still back there shooting me in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're finding these bugs now.
Stop shooting at me!
I know. This guy, he's trying to get a promotion. He's really determined. Wow, all the way to the end. He's
Yeah.
gonna come with me into mission 2.
Sweet.
Ah.
All right. Oh, King. Wow. King says, I feel like at least at the end, some dialogue text. If the final mission is supposed to be hard, then the machines can tap into our comms with a line helping to illustrate that, like, your resistance is futile. Data shows that you only have 7.83 chance of success. I feel like this would give players a heads up for the difficulty and make them feel even more rewarded and accomplished when they win. I don't know how much work that would take, and if you have time between now and when you're putting it out, but that's the idea I had.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and
Yeah.
I'm, glad you brought it up, because yeah, we did want to have more dialogue between the players faction and the drones,
Enemy. Yeah.
but we've definitely run out of time to be able to
Mm.
implement that at this point. If we do more with this in the future, and further, if there's additional development, then yeah, that's definitely something we would like to put in the game, especially coming from me as somebody who's really interested and invested in the storytelling aspect of an experience like this. Yeah, that's definitely something that's pretty high on my list to
Mm-hmm.
want to
Mm-hmm.
include. Unfortunately, we just ran out of time. And this
That's
is
great.
funny.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's really good feedback, King. I really appreciate you,
Yeah, thank you.
typing all that out. That's actually very very useful.
Yeah, and there's a little note at the beginning of the game, to kind of like a little message for me and Chris about, hey, here's what this thing is, and one of the lines in there is that we really wish that we had enough time and resources to be able to put all of our and your ideas into the game, because you guys have really come up with a lot of amazing ideas and contributions to
Hmm.
the design direction that we've taken. So, and that is included. That would have, what you just said actually would have been really great to be able to include.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll see.
I would say there's like I don't know, man. There's like maybe 65% of ideas still on the cutting floor. It's just like,
Oh, at least maybe more.
yeah. I mean, we had like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if we do this, and it would be cool if we do that, but there's just not enough time. If we wanted to do everything, then this game would not come out until maybe next year or something. And we need to keep ourselves accountable just to make sure we get things done.
Yeah, exactly. Um, the thing that I was gonna say that was like interesting is, if you look over here in the hierarchy, you can see there's these like hit VFX clones that are being
Hmm.
created.
Yeah.
That's because that drone is still attacking me.
Oh,
He's still
jeez, man.
shooting me. So
God.
yeah, I gotta go fix that. But all right. So now we can roll into scene 2, and we'll sample the music there. This one, if you want to cue it up, Chris, it's the Neon God. It's called Cyborg It's that Neon God Cyborg track.
Yeah, my favorite one. I like this one a lot.
Awesome. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna click through, and we will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Help! They're swarming all over us. Oh, nice! You made it green. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice job, clearing it all out. Jeez.
Thank you. I'm gonna let the next one die though. That way you
Oh.
guys can see it.
All right. Poor shuttle. Wait, you say you're gonna let it die?
Yep, I'm not gonna kill this one.
Okay.
Oh
no! That's funny. That's awful. But really
Yeah.
funny.
And so like right here is a pretty good example of like if I had additional time I would do more coding to not have your ship continue to fly around the empty pad for so long. Like once
Uh-huh.
it's dead, once the shuttle is dead, you should just leave.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty big programming task
Oh.
at this point. It doesn't seem like that would be that big of a deal, but there are a lot of programming systems involved in doing something
Sure.
like that.
Sure. I believe you.
All right, he's saved.
Nice.
Anytime now, Chief. you're clear. Okay.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one
man.
is. Yeah, too late.
If you look closely inside the doors there, you can actually see like an unfinished texture on the walls. That's not anything that we did. That's just the off-the-shelf. Well, I guess that might actually be something that I did because I like messed with some of the, and then this guy's floating for some reason now. Some of the materials that I adjusted, I don't think were designed to have anything underneath those doors. So I think that's why. But you can't. I don't know. If without me pointing out, it just looks like, oh, that's the inside of the shuttle, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. There was one floating guy. That happened to mine, and I actually put a structure underneath him so that he has something to stand on.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird because he was not floating before, and then yeah. And by the way, if you notice anything that's like blatantly obviously missing from your like, hey, wait a minute, I remember putting a thing in there.
No, that's the only thing. There was a post underneath
Okay.
that floating guy. That's it. I believe we'll probably see that scenario again, maybe one more time.
Yeah, I
Or
think
maybe
so too.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a thing under him. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's a visual thing. Don't shoot the thing.
You actually can't do damage to the shuttle. I thought
But-
about it, but then I
But
thought
what
like,
if we
man,
can't? Oh god.
that would be really punishing because you're like trying to shoot all these drones off the shuttle and then you'll
Yeah.
actually be damaging that shuttle at the same
Yeah.
time.
Well, maybe you only damage the shuttle if you shoot its like ignition, the back, the
Sure.
what is it? The exhaust vents? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, the thrusters.
Thrusters. Yeah, if you shoot the thrusters,
Yeah,
you'll kill it. That's what happened in Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, interesting. Is that like
Yeah.
the weak point for the ships? They don't have shielding back there or something?
It was just one episode where Lee Adama had to destroy a shuttle full of civilians, or so they say, but we never actually see any civilians in the shuttle. But yeah, he had to make the call to destroy the civilian ship, and that's where he destroyed the ship by shooting the thrusters.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that sounds
Totoro,
rough.
Totoro might know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, this one's gonna be close.
Oh
Okay,
jeez.
got it.
Ooh, ooh.
I tried to give the shuttles just enough health that it would be really close. Like I'm, you know,
Close.
create these like nail biter scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, those textures looks like it's like an interior texture.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked out. It looks
Yeah.
fine. Kind of looks like drywall or something.
Yep, yep. Oh, interesting. That's also not there too.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
it's something there.
Weird.
I guess I could. If you remember what piece that is, we can put that back, or I can just scoot him over so he's like on top of the spire.
Yeah, I
Probably
mean, if
easier.
yeah. I mean, feel free to do that. I mean, as long as it's not loading, I think it's okay.
Whew. So I let
Good job.
one of the shuttles die. I think I saved the other ones. There's
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4 apiece. There's 8 total. I should have a bonus of 7,000 if it worked. I need to add more camera shake here. There's not enough. Well, interesting. Some of those are purple, but the other ones weren't. Wow, my accuracy was garbage.
Hey, yours is much better than mine, man. My goodness.
All right. Next
Good job,
up,
man.
Thank
Next.
you. I think the final scene we will look at for music sample. Also, so this one is also Neon God, and the
Mhm.
track is MDK.
You got it. It's all queued up. All shuttles
Alrighty.
clear. All right.
Oh, go ahead, Chris, if you wanted to
No,
read that.
no. That's fine. Good.
Okay.
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, this looks cool.
Oh yeah, you'll get to see like a slightly rebalanced version of this,
Oh,
where
nice.
there's the enemies are not clustered so much; they're spread out a little bit more, and there's a lot fewer of them because I thought it was too hard.
Ah.
Oh, and the commander drones, I have reduced their health dramatically.
Okay,
'Cause
nice.
They were way too hard to kill.
Yeah.
They're still not quite what I would like them to be for the encounter, but again, that's a game balance thing that would take time to tune and tweak and play test and make adjustments.
Yeah. I just gotta
And
say,
this-
congratulations on this level. This level was a beast. Like
Yeah, right?
the fact that you had to like calculate the rotation and make the skybox rotate with the planet in order to make it feel correct. It's just holy cow.
Yeah, you wouldn't know any of that was happening if we
Yeah.
didn't tell you, right? Which is, I guess, the mark of, our craftsmanship is that you don't know that.
Right.
Yeah, maybe after I play through this, I'll run it again and do a quick, go back into the editor so you can see that whole thing rotating
Yeah,
around.
It's insane.
And also, great work with like the art pass on this, Chris. Like this looks so awesome, especially like the whole time that I was building this out, I was just working off of the blank desert kind of rock version, and now it like really feels alive with all kinds of cool architecture and stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. Yeah. Kill him. Nice.
Gotcha. And I think the bonus in this mission is for killing those commander drones. Each one you kill gets you 1,000 points.
Nice. And do you know how many commander bots are in this level?
I don't remember. I think there's 4. I know I've killed 2 so far. So I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, that guy still does that. He like comes in for just a second and then immediately leaves.
Psych!
A bug that I still haven't figured out why that happens.
I think it's fine.
I think there's a quiet part here. I don't think there's anything too crazy happening. Well, yeah, actually, in fact, no, never mind.
Oh, nope.
I was gonna say like, while there's nothing happening, I'll go show you something. Wow. Oh, there's another commander drone.
Oh, jeez. Get him. Boom. Oh, wait. Boom.
There we go.
Nice. Yeah, if I had more time, I would actually figure out a way to connect the architecture structures better integrated into the asteroid, because right now they're just stuck into the asteroid. Usually you would include have like a base to soften the transition, but to be honest, I'm so tired.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
Just
too,
stick it in and get the hell out. Yeah, like those
Get her
how
done.
how it's like just stuck inside.
Sure.
I kind of wish there was a better transition, but it's okay.
Still pretty damn good for 6 months and never having done any of this before. I think.
Yeah, I like the fact that this level is completely different than the feeling of it is so much different than Scene 4 or the next one.
Mm-hmm. I think this is our 4th commander drone. Wow, look at him just eating away my health.
Oh.
Yeah, that target like has some trouble catching up with some of the enemies.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa! Is that it? I think that might be the end of the enemies for the level.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah, it looks great. Pull up. Oh, interesting. It's missing some asteroids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's fine though. It was just filler, so that it didn't feel as empty, but it's fine.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Another thing would have been great. Hey, my accuracy was pretty good that time.
Ooh, not bad.
But my bonus was 0. But I think I think I know why. I think I added a boolean that keeps track of which ones are commander drones, but I don't think I actually went in and changed that on the prefab. So I think that's why. Okay, I'm gonna replay this scene for y'all and go into the editor. That way you can see this like crazy nonsense that's happening behind the scenes. So if I go zoom out back here. And actually, let me turn off or hide the HUD. There you go. So we're still inside the skybox right now, which is why it's rotating. But if I zoom out,
Yeah.
you can see that's what's going on. Is there's like a skybox attached to the outside of the asteroid, and as the asteroid moves, wait, did it? Oh, I died. I forgot to
Oh.
hit
Oh.
X. If I click here, you'd see I'm dead.
Yeah.
So let me run that again, and I'll hit invulnerability. So now we're invulnerable, and I go back out here. So yeah, so the player rail, which where can I grab that? Uh, Oh, there's the player rail. Yeah, so the player rail, this green thing, doesn't actually go all the way around the planet. It just kind of runs in a straight line out in the level, and then the asteroid rotates underneath the player as the player is flying through.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was unbelievably difficult to figure out how to program. Um, Involving complicated math with quaternions and all kinds of other fancy rocket science sounding stuff. Um, but by golly, we did it. We
Yeah.
figured it
Well,
out
in a way, you kind of got dropped in the Pacific Ocean as well with this too.
on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it all started from like, oh man, it'd be really cool, like to just fly around this, big asteroid, like to fly in on one of the big ones and we'll just go around the whole thing. And Chris made
Yeah.
this like really awesome pathway and like one of his early concepts of it. And we both liked it so much that we were pretty determined to find a way to get it into the game. And there, I don't know if you remember this, Chris, but there was a time when we were actually considering cutting this
Oh yeah.
completely,
Right.
where we were like, maybe we don't do this scene, because at that time it was also like it was
It's too
so
big.
big. Remember when it
Yeah.
was like the size of an actual planet?
Yeah.
Um, and we were like, oh man, I don't like it was so big that the Unity camera couldn't draw the whole thing.
Right.
Um, and then the problems with the Cinemachine track not wanting to go upside down was, anyway, long story short, you can go back and watch the earlier design sessions to see how we conquered this thing. But the short version is we did. We
Yeah.
we didn't give up on it, and it's in the game, and I'm super proud of it.
Yeah, I would say in probably like, 5 to 10 years when we watch the YouTube videos, it would be like those fools, thinking that it's easy. It's like they have no idea what they're in for.
Yeah, getting all excited about like, oh yeah, I could do that,
Yeah,
no problem. That'd be
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, this is insane. I don't know how you came up with this, but congratulations, dude. Wow.
Thank you. It took a lot of diagrams and whiteboarding and thinking and coming back to it a couple of times because I didn't figure it all out in one shot. This was like
Yeah.
I got some of it working and then went away and did the other things for a couple weeks and then came back and yeah, just kept revisiting it and getting a new piece each time that I learned a little bit more about
Mhm.
programming
Mhm.
and eventually figured it out.
Yeah.
Um, and that's about it. I think we've gone
Very
through all the
cool.
levels and sampled
Yeah.
all the music, so little taster for everybody of
That
what you're in for on Friday.
Yeah, Michael, thank you again for, putting everything together because I know we said like, oh yeah, I created the art and you did the programming, but to me, I felt like you did most of the hard work. You carried this team, dude. It's like you you
Thanks,
were
man.
you were the Reinhardt and you're just like taking all the damage and it was not easy and so congratulations and apparently yeah now you are able to once this game is done you can take it and throw it to the what is it the CS50 uh, to get your
Yes.
certificate
Hell
so
yeah.
so yeah that's awesome man and Abernt how are you, man? Thank you so much for being here. Abrant says, looking great, gents. Yeah, today is our last design session for the Project Rail Shooter. We're done. We are done. And so on Friday, everything will be all packaged up and uploaded to Dropbox, is what we decided to put the game on. And if you guys want to play, it will be there Friday. And yeah, King says the hard work is the work that you cannot do. So, what do you think you did from Michael's perspective? Hold on, let me read that again. The hard work is the work that you cannot do. So
I know it. Yeah.
what do you think you did from Michael's perspective? Hold on, let me. So what do you think you did from Michael's perspective? Oh, like what I did from your perspective, Michael?
Well, I understand the first part of what King's saying. The hard work is the work that you cannot do. Basically, meaning like
Yeah,
if it's
to
something, like, oh man, I could never do that. I don't know how to use Blender. Like, that's amazing, Chris. Good job.
right.
So I get that part. The second part, King, are you asked is the second part directed to Chris or directed to me? Do you want to know what Chris thinks he did from my perspective, or are you asking me like what do I think Chris did from my perspective?
From Michael's perspective, what do you think? Oh yeah. Oh, so from Michael's perspective, you did all the hard work.
Bingo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, the game would not look like it does without the work that Chris did, and there's so many things that Chris did in terms of the art asset stuff that I just didn't even have to worry about, and was able to be the armchair quarter, or not even the armchair quarterback, but be in the peanut gallery and just go like an ooh and ah over the UV maps and all the different like the what is it, there was a term for it when you have the like a whole crap ton of polygons and then you like reduce the number to
Oh,
make it like,
optimizing the vert count.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, doing all of that stuff, and then all I have to do is just import it, and it looks good. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. I mean, it's just you know, I just want to do what I need to do in order to get the game done. And so yeah, I did not want you to be burdened by, worrying about textures and all that other crap because you have enough stuff you got to worry about. So yeah, I mean just uh, cutting the workload in half and trying to work as a team. And I think this is good. I think this is good. I mean, like if I had to evaluate our partnership, I think we did a really good job communicating as well as just depending on one another. And that's something that I encourage you guys to do is to find someone who you guys who you guys trust to work with, and if there's something you can't do, find someone that is able to, do the things that you're not able to do, and vice versa, right? And so, yeah, for me, I'd never ever want to touch Unity ever again. But Michael here, he's a pro, right? And so whenever Michael needs like anything in 3D, I will be here to, do anything for him. Unless it's not too crazy. Like, let me tell you, man, like unwrapping a 3D model, it's boring ass work, but it's just necessary thing to do if you want to actually put color and texture on everything. Of course, you could just do it automatically, but sometimes that's not what you want, right? And yeah, you just got to do it manually. And I'm still a noob when it comes to Blender, but I know enough to know what to do and what not to do. So but I still will be learning a lot more. And yeah, man, yeah, I wish there was more to say, but it is what it is. It's just, we started and then we just kept on going, and then we hit a few walls, but we just punched through them like, yeah, we had to do
Hulk
it, right?
smash.
Yeah, yeah. And we did it. King says, if I'm writing a D&D campaign and ask you to do the art because I cannot do any of the art at all, you're doing the hard work for me, okay? But me writing a campaign is easy and may be hard for you. So in short, you don't sell yourself and your contribution. So, oh, I see what you're saying, man. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Because yeah, for me, writing is, oh, I can write a sentence here. Oh, I write another sentence here. How do I put it together? But that doesn't go with what this other sentence. It's nothing goes together. It's all everywhere. Yeah, writing is hard, you guys. And King is a amazing D and what is it? D&D DM, and so he's able to write some good scripts and actually act it out, which is not easy at all. And Michael, you did a little bit of D&D, hold on, D&D DMing,
Hmm.
and how was your experience doing that?
Um, it's hard. It's fun, but it does require it's a completely different skill set. Like even being somebody who's like really into storytelling and how stories work and writing stories, doing it in that format where you're like also being kind of like a character actor and doing improv and also, you know, being like a stage manager of like, okay, here's all the different actors on the stage and what they're doing, and I've got to let these people know, and also being trying to keep track in your head of like what you should be revealing to your characters, to your players, and what is still a secret, and yeah, there's a lot of like you're juggling a lot of things in your mind when you're being a DM, but it's fun and it's cool, and I
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
making the visuals and creating and sort of like creating a visual way to set the stage and get the players into the game and give them access to that world. So yeah, it's hard, but it's fun and it's
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. And so in the future, I guess the thing that, Michael and I were gonna talk about maybe offline or maybe online is, what's our next step? Because I know Michael, has a lot of things that he needs to do. Like for example, the book that you're currently writing right now, I personally want you to get that out. So, I would say to you, take as much time as you need to get that out the door because I'm sure you have a lot of information that is super useful to people like myself and people who is in design and going through the whole journey of creating something that is creative. Create Help me out. The
Yeah,
whole creative process is hard, right?
sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple of people pestering me to finish that book. So yeah, it's on the top of my priority list to get that out as soon as possible. Um, and yeah, so we're definitely going to do that. I'm also in term well, yeah, we should probably do an entire stream where we talk about what's next.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, because I think we can go for a while about, that, and we've already been going for about an hour and a half here, so
Yeah.
maybe not tonight, but
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I guess that's one of the things that's really nice about finishing a project is suddenly you've got a wide open schedule and like open road in front of you. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, where do we go next?
We
Like,
can
and then it
finally
gets
breathe.
fine. Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to right now.
Yeah.
Is that is taking a break and having these other things that I've been wanting to get to or trying to get to, and being able to do those without feeling guilty that like, hey man, you should be working on the rail shooter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it's done, so
Yeah.
we can do other things.
Yeah.
And I can't say enough too for the uh, finishing a thing is even if it's like obviously this rail shooter it's incomplete. Like there are bugs in there. There are things that we wish we had gotten in that ended up on the cutting room floor, and on and on and on. But you have to stop at some point because if you don't, you just keep working on a thing forever. And it's better to have a thing that is good enough and done and out in the world where people can have access to it and consume it than it is to keep that to yourself and to continue working on it until it's perfect because it's never going to be, and you could spend your whole
Yeah.
life doing that.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, well said, man. Well said. But if you guys have any questions for Michael and me, please go ahead and ask. Or else, oh, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, so while you guys are thinking of and writing the thing, any questions that you have, just a couple of like last minute logistics and housekeeping about how to get access to the game and all that jazz. So we've got a Dropbox link. In fact, I can actually share it here. So that link we will also include in the Discord. We'll put up an announcement that includes that link. Currently, there is nothing in there other than just a little README file that says, like, hey, check back on September 30th. Um, uh, So the way this is going to work is tomorrow I'm going to finish uploading all of the music that we sampled tonight that you guys got to see. I'm going to do a little bit more programming. I'm going to adjust a couple of the things, a couple of the bugs that we ran into. You saw, like, the floating enemy or the enemy that kept shooting me in the ass. I'm going to try to go fix those things, do a little last minute cleanup there. And then on Friday, I'm going to export builds of the game. The PC version for sure. I'm going to try to see if I can get a Mac version up and running. No promises though, because I made this on a Windows PC and I'm not sure if I'll be able to export it to Mac without having to do some crazy cross-platform project stuff that might be way more headache than it's worth. But the PC
Mm.
version will be available in 4 different formats depending on your screen resolution, because I know not everybody has the same screen resolution. We'll do 4K, 2K, 1080p, and 720p. If none of those work for you for whatever reason, if you need something different or smaller than that, let us know. I can uh, within reason, can accommodate a special build of the game for certain edge cases. But on Friday sometime, we will upload those zip files and make an announcement in the Discord. You can then use that link, go there, download the file. Inside will be an executable. You just click that and it'll open in a window and you can start playing the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
and we'll find a way to capture feedback and bugs that you find. It'd probably be something as simple as like a Google form where you can, like, go to a link and then, like, type in either feedback or I found a bug and here's where it is and here's what happened. In terms of bugs, here's the deal. We are only going to fix game-breaking issues. So if you download a build and it just won't run, or it runs a little bit, but like every time you get to a certain scene, it just completely crashes. We're going to try to fix those things.
Mm.
I can't guarantee that we'll actually be able to address all of those. But we will try. If it's a game-breaking thing where you just, like, can't play it, we're going to try to fix that stuff, at least for the next, like, 2 weeks. However, if you find other smaller bugs that don't break the game but kind of are, like, uh, obviously unintended and undesirable, like, this enemy can shoot through the wall, or this texture pops in and out, or this light flickers and it obviously isn't supposed to, we're not going to fix any of those things. That because of the nature of this being a prototype, the fact that it is not supposed to be completely bug free, this is absolutely supposed to be an MVP, a way for us to as competently as possible have a game that has as few bugs as possible. But obviously, the nature of having a finite amount of time, us doing this for the first time, and it being a prototype, we're okay. We made the decision that we're going to be okay with there being some jank and some bugs in there. So we're not going to
Mm-hmm.
fix that stuff. But if something is broken and you can't actually play it, please let us know, and we'll do our best to address that for you. Um, I think that's it. We'll have a
Nice.
link, Dropbox, files we uploaded on Friday. We'll make an announcement in the Discord. You can bookmark that link now, and you can go there and check it out when it's available.
Yeah, and what I will do, Michael, is in our about section, I will create a little link panel right into the game. So I'll just call it Project Rail Shooter, and whoever clicks on that graphic, it'll lead them straight to the Dropbox site. So I will make sure that is included on Friday, and what I will also do, because on Friday I stream on Fridays, and if you're not doing anything, Michael, at 7 p.m., and usually after I stream for about an hour or so, I feel free to just come on by on my stream, and then if people are there, we could, just be like, all right, guys, we're done, and here's the link, and uh, please play it, and let us know what you guys think, and I think it'll be a fun little, Friday session. I don't know
Sure.
how many
Yeah.
people
Fun
might
celebration.
show up on stream, but I mean, if it's done, I would love to, just show
Yeah.
it off. Yeah,
Little launch party. Sure.
yeah, 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 yeah. Very cool.
Absolutely.
Oh, King asked, how do we financially support the fam? Ah, that's so nice of you, King. That's
Yeah.
so,
That's very
yeah.
kind of you.
That that means a lot. Just by you saying that, you're already supporting us financially in my head, and I
Yep.
I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, Michael, do you want to take a stab at it?
Sure. Well, I mean, that's probably a discussion for you and I, Chris, to
Yeah.
iron out. But my thinking for this particular thing is we're not going to ask for money for this prototype. This
Hmm.
is not in a condition where I feel like, yeah, I'm going to put this up on a store and ask people to pay for it.
Hmm.
Um, but I do think that we would like to give people an opportunity to look at that and say like, hey, that's pretty cool. I want to support those guys. We might try to create like a sort of tip jar or something where you can go to our website or set up a Patreon or something like that. For now, though, we don't have anything, no store or anything set up for you to uh, send us funds. Um, but we will be looking into ways for you to support us financially in the future. Uh, with this particular thing, this was the very much a prototype in more ways than one. Not just the prototype game, but also the prototype like launch project for the Creative Tavern, because this is not the only thing that we are ever going to do, or and not the only creative project we're going to do, and potentially not even the only video game. We might not even do another video game. We might just do other creative projects from here on out. So a lot of that we still need to kind of iron out. The goal for doing this one was kind of really just to see if we could do it, and just to get to a point where we could complete a project live in public on stream for you folks at home. Um, and make it available to you guys to see us go through the process and have something cool at the end that you could experience and play for yourself. But yeah, super appreciative of you being
Yeah. Thank
willing
you, King.
and interested in supporting us financially, and we will find a way to accept donations or a tip jar. But for this particular thing, we're not going to charge for it. It's just
Hmm.
gonna
Hmm.
it's a thing that we made, and we'd love for you to check it out. So yeah, I don't. Does that all that are you good with all that, Chris? Or
Yes, yes. I will add though, the way you can help us out right now is to just share by the word of mouth saying, "Oh, I know these two dudes. They made a game. Here's the link, and here's a feedback form. Let them know what you think. Is it fun? Is it boring? Do you want to see more of it, or is this something you they're interested in playing more in the future? So yeah, that's definitely one way to help us in the future. Just get us known throughout the digital space, right? And also, Michael, I don't know, I already told you, we're actually an affiliate now. So being that affiliate, we're able to take subs and all that fun Twitch jazz and everything. We also can accept donations up there. But that's more or less kind of the tip jar that you're talking about, Michael.
there you
Yeah,
go.
people can tip us whenever they want. But for now, I think it's like how Michael said, and what I said is that just getting getting our game out there and just letting people play. And again, this is kind of like a prototype, our thing. And I agree with you, Michael. It's not for me. It's not up to par saying like, oh, give us money to buy this game in order to play. But it's more like, oh, this is something that we're trying out, and if you like it, please let us know. So that's about it. Yeah. And again, King, I really appreciate it. You're throughout all the Twitch channels that I see you on. You're always supporting people, and you're awesome for doing that. And I commend you. Salute. Yeah, thank you so much for your support, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. With that said, if you guys have any other questions, if not, Michael and I we're gonna take a much needed break. We're gonna play a little bit of Overwatch just for fun, because Overwatch, if you guys don't know, is Overwatch 1 is shutting down, and to prepare for Overwatch 2. So Overwatch definitely has a special place in our hearts, and it's the game that I play almost every single day, and it's gonna suck that there's not going to be two tanks on the team anymore. There's only going to be one tank, and I'm a tank, so all the burden falls on me, and that's going to be a little bit scary. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for being here and watching. And yeah, Michael, do you want to say anything else before we end?
Um, huge thanks to everybody who came on this journey with us for this first inaugural project. And I know um, for basically everybody who does any kind of video content, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or streaming format or whatever, um, getting those first couple of viewers is really hard, and it's so meaningful to both Chris and I to have had you guys, especially the regulars, like King, who have shown up uh, throughout the course of this process. I mean, this is the 50th session that we've done working on this game, and the fact that so many of you didn't get bored and kept showing up,
Yeah.
really means a lot.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can speak on behalf of both Chris and I that we're
Yep.
really excited to have had you guys and to have you continue to join us in the future to see where we go from here. Couldn't be happier to have you guys and more excited about where we're going to go and all the cool creative stuff in the future. So
Yeah.
thanks for being here and stay creative.
Yeah, yeah. And King says, get in a Reinhardt and May game for me. Those are my favorites. Yeah, Ryan.
Good
Yeah, that's awesome.
choices.
Yeah. The I I love having May on my team. I hate her when she's on the opposite team because
Totally.
she's so annoying when you're like fighting against her. She like freezes you and you can't move and
Mm-hmm.
I hate May on the other team. But yeah, they're both really really amazing characters. So very cool. Oh, all right. I gotta learn how to do this. I gotta get practice. So if you want to reach me, go ahead and take a look at my social media sites. Just find the link down there as well as Michael. And you can find me on twitch.tv/Lead Design Studio. I stream every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. PST. And I draw a lot of anime pinup girls, and it's been a lot of fun and please join me. Please join me. Oh, and by the way, I've so Michael, if you don't know, Twitch has a lot of restrictions on what you can and cannot draw. So for example, you cannot draw any females showing their under boobs, side boobs, or anything lewd, essentially, right? No
Wow.
nudity. But I found another streaming website called Picardo.tv. I've created a site on there, or I opened an account on there. It's free, and it's also a streaming service. And they do not have any restrictions on what you can draw. So I will be streaming on there. My new my new account name on there is Chris After Dark.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, I could put Lead Design Studio too, which I really should. I should just take it just in case. But anyways, um, I I don't want my well, it's kind of associated already because that's all I've been drawing. Because obviously my Twitch .tv is or Twitch.tv that's Lead Design Studio. All I draw is anime girls. I was gonna say, oh, I don't want to be known as the guy who draws anime girls, pinup girls, and but that's what it is. So I don't know. But I think Chris After Dark is a little bit more fun. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Michael, where can they find you?
So Chris shared that link. I've got some social media stuff there, which I haven't been very active on in the past. But now that this game is over, I do have some plans in terms of being able to reach out to you guys and for you to reach out to me. Um, I don't have anything to announce right now. I've got some things cooking that hopefully in future streams here we can talk about where else you can interact with me and get content from me. Um, in the meantime, if you do want more content from me, I have a book out, Blockbuster Blueprint. It's available on Amazon. It's all about storytelling. And I have another book about creativity that I'm working on. Hopefully, will be out in a couple months. Otherwise, the best place to find me is right here on the Creative Tavern every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific.
Nice. All right. Very cool, guys. Thank you so much again, King, for being here. I really appreciate your support and your time as well for just checking our game out. And I hope you're having a wonderful night. You're, there might be a chance you're at work right now, so hopefully you're having a nice time at work too if you're at work. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. And so happy to wrap this game up. Our 50th video stream, and what a awesome round number to end on, man. So this is very cool. Until then, we will see you Sunday or Friday if you guys come on my stream later on. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. Take care, everyone. Bye. And Michael, I think we're okay. We don't need a raid for tonight.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. All right. You guys have a good night. Bye.